we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
So
Let's
far,
Play
you're
King's Quest 3.
right about your journey after you have excellent eyes.
No,
take
you let
the
it actually read it.
you cannot
I take the wizard's hand mirror.
What does he have it for? Combing his long beard?
Hand mirror?
Yes. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, can we pick up that fly?
That's your fucking adventure game instincts talking now, isn't it?
Yep. Pick up the fly.
you pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand.
Oops.
Hi, dude.
You know better than to go through my personal belongings.
This must be because I took the hand mirror.
Manannan caught you snooping around. Now you're nothing but dust on the ground.
Okay. Oh, don't forget we have to empty the chamber pot.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. This time I won't get the mirror. So what, is this game punishing you for being adventure game?
Nothing under the
No. You just have to wait. I think there's a point where he says he's going to town or something.
wrinkling your nose in disgust. You throw
I hope he didn't mean like the fly.
Well, we'll
It's
find
my
out.
personal belonging now.
Yeah, it's my fly.
Bada bada.
you'd rather
Manana. Na 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 bada da.
Seriously, what's up with the weird interface in this game?
you pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it. The well-polished the room has little
Let it actually read it, dude.
Okay.
You put your eye to the glass. It amazes you how near everything seems. You could even see squirrels climbing faraway trees. No wonder the wizard knows of all activities in Ludor.
Includo.
He's just like standing there like, "Ugh." Oh, look at that kitty.
He's not talking about the kitty in game.
Yes.
You have always admired this lovely tapestry. It's one of the few bright spots in this dreary house. This is your own pitiful bedchamber. Compared to Manannan's fine room, yours is almost a cell. The bed is hard and uncomfortable, with only a threadbare blanket and a small, flat pillow. The other furnishings are junk, but as poor as it is, it's your haven, as the wizard never enters it.
Oh, maybe this should be where I put things.
I don't know that you can put things.
The wizard gives you an evil glare.
Okay.
I should say, because I'm about to...
It's a painting of the wizard from long ago. You wonder if he was ever young.
Why the fuck is he hanging up portraits of himself?
Why the fuck not?
This is Manannan's private study. A huge oak desk sits covered with writing implements, and a chart covers the wall behind it. A cabinet takes up residence in the corner, while two massive bookshelves fill themselves with every subject.
don't wanna read
The
this.
wizard fancies himself the scholar.
Probably don't want to read what.
The stuff now.
Yeah, it'll probably piss him off.
You scrutinize the moose head carefully. While it is long past its grazing days, you feel sorry for the poor old thing.
Why? It gets to hang up so that everybody can see it rather than rotting into the ground.
Pour the bottles in a bowl, swirl and swallow it down whole. Let the contents slosh and roll. Feel the liquid warm your soul.
Get your own beer.
Manannan helps himself to his own beverages, and intoxication isn't your thing.
Fine, I'll go get myself a beer.
Okay.
This is where Manannan eats his meals. You, of course, are not supposed to eat here. You eat in the kitchen. There is a pine table and benches large enough to seat at least 10 people. But the wizard has never had any guests for dinner.
Yes.
They might not have heard that.
You can see most of the countryside of Ludor from this vantage point. This is where Manannan would place his potted plants, if he had any, along with a smidgen less detest for anything that grows. Candles flicker from the wrought iron lamp. The moose head is securely fastened to the wall. You cannot remove it.
What's going on?
You take a moment's respite at the table, then decide you haven't the time.
Why?
The perfect servant, aren't you? The wizard's glare makes you suddenly feel very, very small.
I have decided to take a journey.
Yeah, okay. Bye, dude. We'll raid your house while you're gone. Oh, hey, this is...
This is the kitchen of the wizard's house. Other than your own bedchamber, this is the only place in the house that you feel you can call your own. The wizard rarely enters the kitchen. On cold days, the fireplace is a cozy place to sit. There are drying herbs and spices hanging here.
Okay.
What?
Try to get some of the herbs and see if we can hide them in our room.
You have no use for these particular herbs and spices.
Okay.
You use the heavy oak table when you prepare food for the wizard. You're quite familiar with it. An apple and some grapes grace the kitchen table. A loaf of bread, freshly baked. A leftover piece of mutton. A leftover...
Can I pick up any of this shit?
You take the mutton chop and carry it with you.
Oh, well, that's useful to know. We have a mutton chop.
You take the loaf of bread and carry it with you.
Then he peers. Bread? You stole the bread.
You take the fruit and carry it with you. It's just your old tin bucket.
Can I take my old tin bucket?
There's no hole in this bucket. Why bother with it?
What?
Usually I prefer my buckets without holes, thank you.
Your
that's a
muscles
milk churn
ache as you recall the long hours spent churning butter. The barrels contain grain and other foodstuffs. Near the fireplace is a crude broom made of straw. There are pots, pans, and skillets hanging on the wall beside the fireplace. The kitchen shelf holds many ingredients and
No, you
implements
must
for
have the
cooking.
wrong beer.
Your mixing bowl is lying on the shelf.
So nice. And cheap.
Yes, it was.
You retrieve the clay bowl from the kitchen shelf and take it with you.
Wow, we have so much shit already, I don't know what to say.
Well,
The
remember,
kitchen shelf holds many ingredients
picking
and
the wrong
implements for
thing
cooking.
pisses off Mana
The
Weaver.
kitchen shelf holds many ingredients. Your trusty knife is hanging on the rack.
Oh,
This is the kitchen.
take the
Your
trusty
wooden
knife.
serving spoon is hanging
Oh,
on the
I
rack.
thought that kitty was gonna knock down the beer.
You take the carving knife from the iron rack and keep it with you.
Use knife on kitty.
No. But, fuck you! I didn't want you to do that!
How is he sweeping? He's just like...
You take the wooden spoon from the iron rack and keep it with you.
Alright, I think we've successfully looted this.
That was really bad sweeping because he just went to different points and
Well, no
swept
wonder
back and
he's
forth.
working constantly.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm kind of feeling for Monoweden now.
Yes.
It's just like, ugh. I go to all this effort.
Alright, so since he's gone...
No, first let's try going to your room and seeing if we can place shit in there. To hide it, because this could be important.
Maybe we could only place his shit in there.
True, but it'll probably say something like that.
Like, why would
have
you
no
want
reason
to hide that? Hi, kitty.
You can't use that item there.
Try your bed.
You drop to your hands and knees and hide the item under your bed.
Probably want to do that with the knife. The knife is very suspicious. And the fly, come to think of it.
Yeah, but first of all, I want to go.
Let's get that mirror.
Yes.
Let's do this one thing at a time.
And hide the beer under the bed.
Your breath smells fine. Your breath smells okay. You take the wizard's... A comb, perfectly suited for the maintenance of long facial fleece. The vanity's drawer is drawn directly. Presumably, these are Manannan's reading glasses. You've never seen him read. He spends most of his time watching the townspeople, or you.
So wait,
There's
why
nothing of...
take the effort of telling him that he's going on a journey.
I don't know. Oh, hey. More shit.
You've only been fed slop in your life. Bit late to be starting on crunchy food.
Crunchy food? I cooked on the... Oh, it's...
You don't have a problem with heights. Not one you'd admit to. They're of no use to you. You've never wanted to smell like a rose, but...
Oh.
The dresser's drawer is drawn. The dresser's...
So what's that bee thing?
It's like...
3 vials contain small quantities of hair, all in different colors. That's odd. They're all labeled Gwydion. A blue bottle labeled with a V. Given local topography, you're guessing it stands for vertigo. Manannan must have a little trouble with heights.
Okay.
You don't...
It's just like...
They're of no...
It must be vertigo.
Chocolate creams. No, wait a minute. They're chocolate-coated insects. Yuck!
We could make one of
The
those.
dress...
Chocolate
There is
coated
nothing of interest in that... There is nothing
There's
of...
only one drawer. Be a bit obvious to take his clothes now, wouldn't
This
it?
is one of the wizard's linen gowns. The wizard's blue-peaked hat sits in the bottom of the closet. The wizard's red hat is resting in the bottom of the closet. This is... You search the linen gown. You don't find anything interesting. You don't look good wearing peaked. You search the...
Hurry up, time to hide shit.
Yeah, I know. We're doing that right now.
The bed is nothing more.
What are you doing? Hide, 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 hide. I guess the things outlined in blue are suspicious. Oh, wait, no, maybe they're new items.
No, I think there's...
Often you have wished you could crawl into a...
Okay, so we're gonna save at a different slot now.
Hey, Gwydion, all my shit's missing. Mind if I check under your bed?
Now we're gonna go check out the study.
Yeah. My turn, my turn!
Stop belching beer on me.
Let's look outside first.
Okay. That chicken coop is freaking huge.
When closed, the coop does its job well. Where would you put it? Where would you put it?
Don't ask.
The massive desk is made from oak. The wizard does all his reading, writing, and arithmetic here. The oak cabinet has a brass handle on its door. Your feather duster is lying on its top.
Oh, so I do come in here.
Oh god.
I'm gonna make everything look good, or else he'll be pissed.
You're really dusting that flat item a lot.
You try to turn the handle, but the door is locked.
Okay, so what is that shit on the desk?
Do you have to, Gwydion?
You open the desk's only drawer, but you see nothing interesting.
No, I wanted you to look at the items on the desk, nuttard.
Again. Persistent, aren't you? Upon closer examination of the contents of the desk, you find a letter. You remove it and take it with you.
No! I object.
You can't use...
My dear Mononon, it saddens me
Yeah,
to
this is
learn
a-
that there is no word of your sister Hagatha has reached you of late. We can but hope she is well and able somewhere to do as she pleases to whomever she pleases. My own sister is well, thank you for asking. She was taken with you once before you grew that excessive beard, and insists that you are a handsome man in your day, I can only imagine. Is your servant performing as adequately as the last? You certainly pick them, don't you? Rumor has it that the father has a particular say in who this latest slave...
Had a particular say.
Such a rare honor, I'm really quite envious. Then again, you named them all Gwydion, so what does it matter where they come from? The way they meet their end, all on their 18th birthdays. You are such a poetic dear. As for my own darling boy, he is performing his role as a loyal son superbly. You might think he's been doing so his whole life.
There seems to be more written on the other side of the letter.
In matters of the faith, my response is as it has always been. We must continue to do what we can to usurp control from the unfaithful, so that the world may be prepared for the great day. For my part, I have made plans to rid this realm of my enemy. Being so predictable and obliviously innocent, she will make easy prey. The time comes soon, Brother Mananan, and our long wait will be over. May swift destruction come to all those who oppose us. In the Father we trust. L. You really shouldn't keep cats around the house. Steeds make much better pets. Fuck you. Well, we don't need to keep that. I would put it
You
back.
can't use. You can't.
We'll
Right,
open-
now we have to take the time to, like, go all the way back.
Yes.
It's just, like, quite persistent, aren't you? Yeah, because I had a feeling it was going to be some, like, bonus side thing to, like, foreshadowing, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact that it kept saying something different, I was like, this is suspicious.
Yeah. Like, this can't be important. This is probably some secret.
Yeah, you're right, the blue items are the suspicious ones.
No, it might just be the new ones. Well, let's have a look.
Nope.
No, yeah, you're right. That's good. That's good design because. Oh, hi,
Wait,
kitty.
we're
You are
we're
not-
over time. We need to cut the video off.
Okay, bye.
Bye.